Welcome to Radiant Reiki with Carol. My name is Carol and this channel is about all things spiritual. Today we're going to be talking about listening to messages from your guides and how to get into that space to listen to them. They want to talk to you. You have many guides that are up there, and their purpose is to help you in this life and to keep you on your path and to help navigate anything that's going on in your world. And they want to help. So, let's utilize them, right? So the best way, one of the best ways I get messages is just the first thing in the morning. When I wake up, I'm relaxed. I may or may not have my eyes open yet. Probably not, probably still closed. When I first wake up in the morning, that is when, boom, answers to questions come into my head. Solutions to problems come into my head. Suggestions how to do something better come into my head. And it's all, I'm just sitting there going, oh, well, okay, good, thank you. And I go and write those things down so I don't forget, right? Because they'll come in when you're relaxed. When you're just doing nothing, they come in. When you're just like staring at a view or looking, oh, that's so pretty. When you're doing nothing, that's when they can come in and talk to you. Especially if you're in nature. Nature is a wonderful place to feel relaxed and connected to Mother Earth. They might come in when you're hiking. They might come in while you're gardening. They could come in, they even come in during jazzercise. When I'm at jazzercise, I love to jazzercise. Any kind of exercise or dancing or any listening to music, all of those situations are they might come in and talk to you. I get all sorts of messages while I'm jazzercising or when you're doing yoga, right? Or of course in meditation and also in a Reiki session that you're either getting or giving if you've learned Reiki. Either one, I get messages both ways, when I'm giving it to myself or when I'm giving it to other people. Like, for example, what happened this week, some of the messages I wanted to tell you that I got this week is I got one Monday morning when I first woke up, I got a message as to how to do something better at my gig that I had just had last weekend. We had a spiritual practices for successful relationships gig here in San Diego with music and speaking and all this sorts of cool stuff. So I got a great message for that. I'm going to talk more about that because there's another one next weekend. So I got a message about that. Then I had a Reiki client, and she had asked for clarity on her life purpose and some things like that in her life. So we both had that intention going in for her, and we both got clarity. So that was really great. But while she's on the table, I asked Spirit in my mind, in my head, I asked, hey, are there any messages for this person that you'd like me to give her? And I did. I got a few words for her. Sometimes they just give you words. I hear the word in my head. Not necessarily with a particular voice, just I hear the word. They like to start with a word or two words, and then I ask for clarification in my mind, and then they'll add to it. So I got some words for her, and then they showed me a picture of my manifestation guide, which is something you're going to get when you, if you come to my gig next Saturday. So the manifestation guide, they were telling me she needs to have that. She needs to manifest some things in her life. So I'm like, okay. So this is how I get messages. So they might be a vision, like I got the vision of the manifestation guide. It could be words, just hearing words, right? They like to use all the different clairs with me. I'll talk about that in a little bit. But so after that Reiki session, also the other thing that happened during the Reiki session, I got a vision of what she was doing in a past life. And I think that Spirit wanted her to know this is who she is. She was on an ancient battlefield, and she was saving people's lives left and right and dragging them off the battlefield and dragging them to safety. So she really resonated with that too. It was kind of cool. So it's sometimes they'll just tell you things that you don't even necessarily you're not asking about. They just might give you information, and I think it was something she needed to know. But those were some great messages that just all in one day this was happening. Later in the day, I was thinking about a friend of mine, and I kept thinking about her over and over. Her name kept popping into my head, and I'm thinking, why am I keep thinking about her? And then turns out it was her birthday. And Spirit wanted me to remember because they know that that's important to me, that I remember her birthday. So you just never know. Hopefully it'll be something easy like that, not like she's in the hospital or something. But when you are thinking about a person repeatedly and their name keeps popping up, it's a message, and you're supposed to contact them and find out what's going on. How are they? Are they okay? That reminds me of another message I got. I was playing with my oracle cards. Oracle cards are a great way to get messages from Spirit. They love coming in through the oracle cards, and it's easy for them. So I was shuffling my oracle cards, thinking about this person, and asking, who are they today? And I got something, I can't remember which card it was, but basically I got the feeling that they're not having a good day. Something was not good. And so after talking to them, I found out they did have a problem that day. So see how they can just give you those messages when you're asking about other people. You could ask about yourself, or you can just ask, what do I need to know today? That's a wonderful question because they will tell you. Usually it's something uplifting, right? So that's another way you can get messages. And then I think that later that day, I also was able to think about a situation where I needed some guidance, and I was just closing my eyes and meditating, and I got some visions, and I got spirit animals, like a lion comes in a lot of times, or I got a bunny comes in. So if an animal comes into your meditation, or you're just breathing and closing your eyes, if you see an animal either in nature or in your mind's eye, that can also be a message for you. So there's different clairs that you might want to utilize when you're getting messages. There's clairvoyant, that's getting visions. I asked actually if I could get my messages in visions because I saw that other people were getting messages in visions, and I'm thinking, I think that would be so much better because then I would know it's not coming from me, it's coming from Spirit if I get a vision. And so they started doing that. They started showing me vision in my mind's eye. It was so cool. So you can ask for them to show you in a certain way. If you want to get a message through oracle cards, ask that. If you want to get a message in a different way, ask that, and they will. They also use clairaudient for me, and that's being able to hear words or hear sounds. I get both. They also use claircognizance. Claircognizance is just a knowing. That's how they started off with me when I first was trying to, not trying, but getting messages. It was just, I had a knowing about something. And that one's a little bit more difficult. It takes some time to get to know, is that coming from my mind or is that coming from Spirit? So you have to learn how to discern that. And then there's clairsentient, is just a feeling. So there, you can utilize all or it could be an emotion. All the different clairs are wonderful ways to figure out, and ask angels to work with you in a certain way, and they will. So use your spirit guides. These guides are there to help you through your life, and they will make your life so much easier. And they have great ideas, and they'll help you with your creativity and your any kind of projects you're trying to figure out. Ask for their help, and especially when you're just doing nothing, and close your eyes and just breathe, and you'd be amazed what kind of messages that might come through. Meditation, Reiki, any kind of, like I said, being in nature, all of those situations will help you bring in those messages. So leave a comment as to how you get messages. I'd like to hear about that. Thank you. I also wanted to let you guys know, if you're in the San Diego area, I'm going to have another one of my events with Tony Connors. He's a wonderful musician and DJ. And we're teaming up for spiritual practices for successful relationships. And that's going to be on Saturday, November 2nd, 10:30 to noon. And it's going to be in Alpine. So if you're interested, email me and I will send you the address. Wonderful. We'll be outside, and it's just going to be wonderful. Last time we had our first event last week. Oh my gosh, it was such a beautiful success. Everybody there, I think they didn't even want to leave. I think it's because I sent Reiki to the group while they were there during the meditation. And so I think they had the good feels from that. But also I had sent Reiki to the space beforehand. So I think everybody just felt so good in the space. They just didn't want to leave. It was so fun. Plus I bring all my oracle cards so people can use those if they want. But it went really well because there was only one couple there, so you don't have to bring your significant other. You can come by yourself. Most everybody else had somebody, or they were manifesting somebody in their life. So you don't even have to be in a relationship yet, but it might help you to manifest and know what it is you're looking for. So like I said, you can come alone or with your significant other. You're going to learn spiritual practices for your relationship, including communication, self-love, expressing emotions, that kinds of thing. We're going to have group Reiki. You're going to also learn how to keep the spark in your relationship. That's really fun. There's a lot of fun ideas for that. And also how to manifest together. Very powerful when you can manifest together with your significant other. So if you are interested, please email me at radiantreikiwithcarol@gmail.com and let me know if you can come November 2nd, 10:30 to noon. Okay? In love and light, I'll see you next time.